Prison officers, former inmates and health experts are warning of a looming prison HIV epidemic. It comes after 40% of inmates at Canberra's jail tested positive to hepatitis C in recent testing. The Territory Government is considering whether to implement a needle exchange trial recommended by health experts, but the union that represents some prison officers remains strongly opposed to that.
These are the tools of the trade. Sterile single-use injecting kits are freely available to drug users in the community, but not inside Australian prisons. This former inmate of Canberra's Alaxander Maconochie Centre says she witnessed illicit needles being shared multiple times between inmates.
My needle could be used through like once or twice throughout a couple of girls.
25% of the Australian prison population injects drugs in prisons.
Paul Cubitt currently works part-time at AMC, but he has over a decade of experience in New South Wales and ACT prisons. He also heads up an advocacy group for people with law enforcement experience who are calling for an end to all drug prohibition.
It's worse at the Alexander Maconochie Centre than any jail I've seen before.
Were Australia to have an epidemic of HIV beginning among people who inject drugs, it's almost certain that it would begin in one of our prisons.
Prison needle exchange programs have been operating overseas for over a decade. Some medical experts say it is shameful Australian prisons are lagging behind.
When you look around the world, there haven't been any of the disaster stories that people have been claiming.
The union that represents more than 10,000 public prison officers remains strongly opposed to the proposed ACT pilot.
They've got a real concern about rehabilitation, they've got a concern about both their own safety but also the safety of prisoners and also the legality of such programs.
The ACT Chief Minister is expected to make a decision over the proposed prison trial by the end of this year. Adrienne, ABC News, Canberra.